Let's first start a new project called many to many. You can cd into it. I'll open it up in my code editor. So now let's create a new model or a new app called Books app. I can come over here and add Books app to my installed apps. After I've done that, let me open my models and add some in there. I'm going to use this book and publisher as an example. What exactly does this setup mean? This means that a book can be published by many publishers, and a publisher can publish many books. And we do this by having a books field in the publisher model, which is a many-to-many field pointing to book. And then we have a related name, so then we can, given a book, get a list of their publishers. So let's look into it a little bit more. After I've created this, I can make migrations and migrate. And now let's run the shell. I'm going to import from booksapp.models for book and publisher. Before we set up the relationships, we need to set up the instances themselves. So let's say grapes of wrath equals book.objects.create. And right now we're just worried about the title, grapes of wrath. Let's create another one, east of Eden equals book.objects.create. Title equals east of Eden. Now that we've created a couple books, let's create a couple publishers. Let's call penguin equals book.objects.create, or the name, because that's this field right here, equals penguin. Oh, it looks like we were accidentally creating a book instead of a publisher. Let's create another publisher called Harper Collins. And now we have two books and two publishers. I can say books, book.objects.all, and I have a list of two books, publisher.objects.all, and I have two publishers. So if I wanted to add a new book to a publisher, let's say Penguin just published Grapes of Wrath, I would get the instance, the field, and instead of setting it equal to something, we're going to add that book to the list of books that they've published. And let's say it's Grapes of Wrath. So now if I write penguin.books.all, we see a new instance of a book object. Let's say they also publish East of Eden. I can write the same thing, and now they have two books. Let's try Grapes of Wrath .publishers.all. Here we have a publisher object too, because we just added Grapes of Wrath to Penguin, so that means Grapes of Wrath is published by Penguin. And we can access publishers via this related name.